Hi, I'm Berta Jo from Spanish Fork Senior Citizen Center. We just wanted to check in with all of you and let you know that we're thinking of you and we miss you and we love you. We're hoping that this little program that we've put together will entertain you and bring a smile to your face. And always remember, when we reopen, we want you to come back so we can always surround you with people who care.
Attention, hut. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag. Present arms. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Hi everyone, I'm just fine. I play in the dirt a lot because I love to be in the yard. So I'm fine, I'm healthy, and I'm looking forward to coming back. Okay?
Hi, we miss all of you guys. We really miss seeing you and your bright sunny faces. We're just staying home doing a lot of nothing, really catching up on some projects that we started 3 years ago. So hope to be back soon.
Miss the kitchen crew, guys. Stay safe.
Yeah, everybody stay home and stay safe.
It's joke time!
Okay, so it's almost Mother's Day, or you'll watch it after Mother's Day, but here are some Mother's Day thoughts and quotes. The advice your son rejected is now being given by him to your grandson. Working mothers are guinea pigs in a scientific experiment to show that sleep is not necessary to human life. And parents often talk about the younger generation as if they didn't have anything to do with it. Okay. My teacher is thankful. Son. Mom, teacher was asking me today if I have any brothers or sisters who will be coming to school. Mom, that's nice of her to take such interest in you. So what did she say when you told her that you're the only child, my dear? Son, she just said, oh, thank goodness. It's time to go to school. One early morning, a lady went in to wake up her son. Wake up, son, it's time to go to school. Son, but why, Mother? I don't want to go to school. Mom, give me 2 reasons why you don't want to go. Son, well, the kids hate me for one, and the teachers hate me too. Mom, oh, that's no reason not to go to school. Come on now and get ready. Son, give me 2 reasons why I should go to school. Mom, well, for one, you're 52 years old, and for another, you're the principal. Okay, one more about a teacher. A school teacher injured his back and had to wear a plaster cast around the upper part of his body. It fit under his shirt and was not noticeable at all. On the first day of the term, still with the cast under his shirt, he found himself assigned to the toughest students in the school. Walking confidently into the rowdy classroom, he opened the window as wide as possible and then busied himself with desk work. The classroom became a bit unruly, and he admonished them. This happened several times. When he would do work at his desk, the strong breeze from the window made his tie flap annoyingly. He kept rearranging and rearranging the tie as the class raised its level of unruliness. Finally, becoming disgusted with the wayward tie, he stood up and took a big stapler off his desk and stapled the tie to his chest in several places. Ouch. Discipline was not a problem from that day forth.
Hi, it's Heather Lyman again, nurse with Maple Creek Home Health and Hospice, and I'm here with another hopefully helpful tip. This week, I've been kind of thinking about a silent epidemic that I think is touching each and every one of us, even though we may not recognize it. So I think with everything that's going on, we're all feeling just a little bit anxious, a little bit edgy, a little bit nervous about what's normal. Are we ever going to get back to normal? Is there going to be a normal again? I think that also with the social isolation and the shelter in place, we're all feeling just a little bit just lonely and sad, blue. So those can be careful words that describe actual medical problems such as anxiety and depression. But sometimes it's not easy to recognize that that's what we're actually dealing with. So I brought along Chantel. She's our social worker at Maple Creek, and she has some good resources that will help us recognize some of those things and ways to deal with it if you do have some of these issues.
Thank you, Heather. And also, not just the two medical, we've got anxiety and depression, but also grief. That's sometimes we don't recognize that these kind of things can give us grief. We usually think of losing a pet or losing a loved one, but losing tradition. I'm sure a lot of people didn't celebrate Easter the same way they do every year. And so loss of tradition, loss of routine, the socialization for people, those are all losses. So recognize that grief in your life as well, to try and be able to talk to someone about it. Some signs that it might be, because a lot of us think sadness, crying, if we think of depression, but really sluggishness, not wanting to get out of bed, not caring about things that you used to care about, difficulty concentrating, hopelessness, having fear that you can't control, and
we're
lots of
all
other
worried
things.
about because we can't control anything right now, and so that has a tendency to spiral our feelings into I don't know what to do.
And having that racing heart, a lot of people will say, I've never experienced anxiety and depression. That can't be me, but there's the first time for everything, and having that racing heart of, I can't do anything, that's anxiety. So recognizing that in yourself, and then to be able to do something about it. So get up every day and get ready for the day. Don't stay in your pajamas all day long, because that is going to add to anxiety and depression. Have a goal set for the day, even if your goal is to get up and get ready for the day, or to say hi to a neighbor, to go around the block and wave at people. Great goal to do for the day. And then take care of your body. A lot of people just want to eat junk food and snack. Eat a well-balanced meal where you're eating 2 to 3 times a day like you normally do, and get the right amount of sleep. Go to bed on time. Try and keep with the routine that you were in before. Exercise is also a great way, and you can socialize while you exercise. Go on walks with people. We can still see people without, as long as we have the social distancing. So go out and exercise, or even just standing up and walking while you watch TV. And then social media and news, I think, is a really big thing that we need to look at and monitor that is going to add to anxiety and depression. I know that for me, I can watch look at or watch the news for about 15 minutes is all I allow myself in the morning. See what's on there, and then I don't check it the rest of the day, because there's nothing on there I'm going to miss. But there's a lot of things that are going to drag me down and depress me. All of the news right now is about COVID-19. So give yourself time to just look at it for a minute, or not look at it if you recognize that it's depressing you. Social media, Facebook, there's lots of people who have opinions about what's going on. If that is affecting you, recognize that's affecting you and eliminate that from your life right now so it doesn't drag you down. Find things that you love to do. Maybe you can pick up an old thing like painting, or
Write a letter to
fun
a friend,
things. Write a
because
letter.
we're all feeling this exact same way. So maybe you could be the person who bumps somebody else's day.
Absolutely.
Who brightens someone else. Just know you're not alone. We're all feeling this way.
Nope. And meditation, going out and just sitting outside in a chair on your porch and listening to some calming music for 15 minutes every day can change your day. And then you need to communicate with people. I know that a lot of people are feeling isolated and they don't want to overstep with social distancing, but find ways. Even if you go on walks, you talk to each other on the phone. Learn how to do FaceTime, or even just going and sitting with each other on opposite ends of the couch, so you get some time seeing people. Just try to obey still that social distancing. There's also options to talk to people. If this sounds a lot like what's going on with you right now, reach out. There's plenty of therapists and counselors in the area that can do telehealth right now, so you don't even have to leave your home if you don't want to. Also, I wanted to point out some resources if you are feeling that and you need someone to talk to, you don't feel comfortable maybe talking to family or neighbors, you can always call the crisis hotline, which is 1-800-273-TALK, or the Utah County Talk Line, which is 801-691-LIFE. Or you can call 211 and they will direct you to these resources. And they are just volunteers there to talk with you about how you're feeling. And all your information is confidential. So I would say reach out to those people. That's why they're there to help.
Thanks, and as always, we love you. Stay safe.
Hi, all you seniors. I hope you're all doing as good as I am. Everything's going well for me. I hope it is for you too. But I'm sure ready to get back to the seniors. This has been a long, drawn-out mess. So I hope you're all doing well and hope I see you soon. Toodaloo.
The Mountain Land Association of Governments has an option for senior citizens for a congregate lunch with a drive-through pickup at the Springville Senior Citizen Center. You must make a reservation to pick up your lunch the day before you want it. To make a reservation, call the Springville Senior Citizen Center at 801-489-8738. Ask for Betty and tell her that you would like to reserve a lunch for the following day. The next day, drive to the Springville Senior Citizen Center, located at 65 East, 200 South in Springville. Arrive between 11:30 a.m. and noon. They will have cones that will direct you to drive up onto the sidewalk in front of the senior center. There is no need to get out of your car. The donation box will also be available for your donation for the meal. They will hand you your meal as you drive through. Lunches are available Monday through Friday, and this will only be available during the coronavirus situation. If you can't go yourself, just send a family member or a neighbor. Remember to call a day in advance to 801-489-8738 to reserve your lunch. And be sure to tell them thanks.
Hi everybody, I miss you all so much. I just wanted to tell you that we're doing fine, both Sterling and I. We're trying to get our garden in and our flowers, and it's kind of fun to have some time at home to do projects, but I'd rather be cooking lunch for you, that's for sure. Yeah. You guys stay safe. I hope to see you really soon.
More jokes. 4 brothers left home for college, and they became successful lawyers and prospered. Some years later, they chatted after having dinner together. They discussed the gifts that they were able to give their elderly mother who lived far away in another city. The first one said, "I had a big house built for Mama." The second said, "I had a $100,000 theater built in the house." The third said, "I had my Mercedes dealer deliver her an SL 600. The fourth said, "Listen to this. You know how Mama loved reading the Bible, and you know she can't read it anymore because she can't see very well. I met this priest who told me about a parrot that can recite the entire Bible. It took 20 priests 12 years to teach him. I had to pledge to contribute $100,000 a year for 20 years to the church, but it was worth it. Mama just has to name the chapter and verse, and the parrot will recite it." The other brothers were so impressed. After the holidays, Mom sent out her thank you notes. She wrote, "Milton, the house you built is so huge. I live in only one room, but I have to clean the whole house. Thanks anyway. Michael, you gave me an expensive theater with Dolby sound. It could hold 50 people, but all my friends are dead. I've lost my hearing and I'm nearly blind. I'll never use it, but thank you for the gesture just the same. Marvin, I am too old to travel. I stay home. I have my groceries delivered, so I never use the Mercedes, but the thought was good. Thanks. Dearest Melvin, you were the only son to have the good sense to give a little thought to your gift. The chicken was delicious. Thanks, Mom. Did you get it? Yeah, do you get it? Okay. A travel agent looked up from his desk to see an older lady and an older gentleman peering in the shop window at the posters showing the glamorous destinations around the world. The agent had had a good week, and the dejected couple looking in the window gave him a rare feeling of generosity. He called them into his shop and said, I know that on your pension you could never hope to have a holiday, so I'm sending you off to a fabulous resort at my expense, and I won't take no for an answer. He took them inside and asked his secretary to write 2 flight tickets and book a room in a 5-star hotel. They, as can be expected, gladly accepted and were on their way. About a month later, the little lady came into his shop. How did you like your holiday? He asked eagerly. The flight was exciting and the room was lovely, she said. I've come to thank you. But one thing puzzled me. Who was that old guy I had to share the room with? Oh, yeah. Okay, one more. A man saw an advertisement in the paper which read, Porsche for sale, $200. He went to view it expecting to find a battered heap of rust, but instead found himself face to face with a gleaming new model in mint condition. Why are you selling it for $200? He asked the lady. Simple. Last week, my husband ran off with his secretary. He said, you can keep the house, but sell my Porsche and send me the money. Love it.
This is called At Times. At times I think I need not pray. All is well, a lovely day. The cows are fat, the sky is clear. Why need I pray with all that's here? The grass is green, the water flows. Trouble scarce, I have no woes. My family's fed and love abounds. My ears hear only happy sounds. So I don't think I need to pray. Life is good and goes my way. But in my heart, I dare not boast. Not needing prayer needs prayer the most. Kenny Lewis. This story will be familiar, but it's told a little different. It's called The Prodigal. He saddled his pony at daybreak and rode away from the sun. His childhood he left with the father who wept in search of a man he'd become. He said what he could to answer for the sadness that his mother felt. But through his own pain, how could he explain what he didn't know of himself? He had planned on no destination, no schedule to bind himself to. Finally, at last, he was free from the past, where he had to be told what to do. He had grown to a pretty good cowboy. He had grown to a pretty good cowhand, good with an iron and rope. From the Panhandle Plains to a Montana range, he worked, he dreamed, and he hoped. But the life of a cowboy was lacking. On the ranches where he could find work, his bosses were green or either plain mean and treated their cowboys like dirt. 1,000 nights out on the prairie, most of them spent all alone. A night by the fire, too tired to retire. He sat and he thought of his home. How many years since he had left it? No letters had he written them. He could return with all he had learned. Would their door be open for him? He had nothing special to bring them, to give them for life, he had claimed. Clothes tattered and torn, souls ragged and worn, and all he had left was his name. He rode up to the gate just at sunset, dismounted and stood there alone. When from the house he heard his dad shout, "Mama, our boy has come home." Kenny Lewis.
Hey, this is Pete, and Verna Joe wanted me to tell you that if you need a copy of the Senior Center newsletter, they are available at the Senior Center in a box next to the front door. So please come on by and pick up a copy.
Hey everybody, how you doing? We're doing great if we don't kill each other before we come back. I've been doing some ceramics and gaining a lot of weight. So if you have time, soon you'll have to come visit me either at the Fat Farm or the Funny Farm.
and I'm spending all my time in the yard trying to keep the grass cut and the dog's happy and her, which is difficult.
Wow.
So take care, folks, and stay safe. That's what we're doing.
That's why we're going nuts.
He's borrowed everything Grandpa's got, from shoes to brush.
Well, one day when he got up, Grandpa's upper plate was gone.
When he grinned at me with my own teeth, that was just too much. Despair and agony on me. Oh, deep dark depression, excessive misery. If it weren't for bad luck, I'd have no luck at all. Gloom, despair, and agony on me.
Water!
I hear you just came back from New York. Were you impressed?
I sure was. They are so organized in their big cities. I was reading the obituary while I was there, and do you know what? They die in alphabetical order.
Have you been to any of them there rock festivals? Nah, I figured when you seen one rock, you've seen them all.
What happened when you get a bladder infection?
I don't know what.
Trouble.
You're in trouble.
You should give in and date old Archie.
I wouldn't date that stinky old man in 100 years.
He just found oil on his farm.
My, how time flies. What was poor Willie's last words?
He didn't have no last words. His wife was with him to the very end.
How do you make a tissue dance? Why, you put a little boogie in it.
When I get a headache, I take 2 aspirin, stay away from children. Just like the boss says.
Oh, where?
Now, wait a minute. That's my line.
Oh.
Where does the Lone Ranger dump his garbage?
I don't know. Where does the Lone Ranger dump his garbage?
Da-da-dum, 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 dum-dum. One, two, three. Where are you tonight? Why did you leave me here all alone? I searched the world over and
out there on the line. When I see the snow and feel the wind blowing, your nighties a-hugging them long johns of mine.
Where, oh, where are you tonight? Why did you leave me here all alone? I searched the world over and thought I found true love. You met another and you was gone.
The noises you made there at our supper table, your habits, but darling, were surely absurd. So how many times do I have to tell ya, soup is a dish to be seen and not heard?
Where, oh, where are you tonight? Why did you leave me here all alone? I searched the world over and thought I found true love. You met another and you was gone.
I thought about telling my husband off again.
What do you mean again?
I thought about telling him off last week, too.
How do you mend a broken pumpkin? With a pumpkin patch, of course.
The doctor must have put my pacemaker in wrong.
Why'd you say that?
Every time my husband kisses me, the garage door goes up. Rex?
This blue stew that you sold me yesterday had a mighty bit of a chunk of tire in it.
Just goes to show how my automobile is replacing the horse.
What's big at the bottom and small at the top and have ears?
I don't know what.
A mountain.
Wait a minute. Mountains don't have ears.
You've never heard of mountain ears?
Drinking sure does make you look pretty.
What do you mean I ain't been drinking?
No, but I have.
I'll tell you what the secret of my long life is. I eat a pound of garlic every day.
I know you do. That's no secret.
After you've been drinking a lot, does your tongue burn?
I don't know. I've never been drunk enough to try to light it.